City of London should feel great pride for the show that they've put on all week long here at the 2005 MasterCard Memorial Cup Championship. And ultimately, if they prepare a bid, and I firmly believe that they will, I think that this city is a shoo-in for either the 2009 World Junior Hockey Championship or the 2012, again, based on the show that they've put forth here. Guys, we wanted to make some comparisons in terms of Rimouski versus London. We put you two fine analysts on the hot seat, and we're going to start with the goaltenders, move into the defense, forwards, special teams, coaching staff, and then the X factor. So let's go with goaltenders. Who gets the edge in goal, John?
Well, I think Rimouski has problems because Cedric Desjardins lets in a bad goal every game, and so London has the edge in goal.
Yeah, for London, goaltending's never been an issue. It's been very consistent, very steady, and they have, on the opposite side, not let the bad goal in.
Defense, John?
Again, London has such depth, and Rimouski's in trouble there. They just don't have, with Scalzo and Coulomb, those are the only two guys they got in their offensive defense.
But, John, you know what? I will give them the edge here because at least Coulomb and Scalzo are game breakers on the blue line, and they have the ability to take that next level, maybe score a big goal.
Up front, John, who has the edge there?
Rimouski.
Wow.
You're a one-line team, but it's a pretty darn good one line, and I think Rimouski's forwards, because of Sidney Crosby and his line, get the edge.
No, and as much as I love Sidney and his line mates, depth will overcome.
Special teams, power play, shorthanded scenarios, John?
Well, special teams, again, Rimouski, because of the Crosby line, because how every time they have the man advantage, they pass the puck so well, Rimouski gets the edge.
Agree, totally agree, and if you're a Rimouski fan, let's hope that you probably have 5 or 6 opportunities because you'll need them to try to win.
All right, you might have to do some explaining after this one.
Yes.
Coach, who's the number one coach?
Well, my chum Dale Hunter's not going to like this one, but Doris Labonte's won before. He did it in Rimouski. His junior experience is much more extensive than Dale Hunter, and I think Doris Labonte gets the edge there.
No, I got to give it to Dale Hunter because he does have the last change. He is the home team with the best record all week, and he'll have a chance to throw out a Prust in situations where he can check Sidney Crosby.
And the unpredictable, the X factors in this one.
You're playing at home,
yeah.
And 11 of the last 12 teams had a bye. London not only had the bye, but they're playing at home, so they get the edge with the X factor.
X factor, the best player on the ice. This is a long shot, but the X factor is the best player on the ice is Sidney Crosby, and he belongs to Rimouski.
John, I want you to expand a little bit on the goaltending of the Oceanic in Cedric Desjardins. I mean, what will be the primary role here of the London Knights? What will they be thinking? Shoot on this guy?
Well, look at their first game.
Yeah.
Mark Method scored in the first minute from the corner, and every game he lets in at least one bad goal. And sure, they score a lot, but if your goaltender is letting in one bad goal a game, it can come back and cost you against a good defense.
He can be a star in this game if he keeps his game, John, north and south. If they get him moving east to west, he's going to battle.
Quick prediction.
London 3-2.
3-2. Wow. Okay, Nick, how about you?
5-3, London.
All right. The analysts believe that it will be, in fact, a London Memorial Cup Championship, and if that is the case, this city will come alive. Let's take you inside. Darren Millard is quarterbacking our coverage tonight, and he now leads the team here at the 2005 MasterCard Memorial Cup.
Darren Dreger, greatness has appeared on this championship Sunday. London started the 2004-2005 campaign with a 31-game unbeaten streak to set a new CHL record. Rimouski countered that with a 35-game version, but the final 7 were in the playoffs, so it's not officially recognized as a CHL mark. They both entered today on 3-game winning streaks. John Druce and Peter Labardius, whoever gets to 4 is a Memorial Cup champion.
What an afternoon and evening it promises to be here in London. John Druce, we started this way. We will finish the 2005 MasterCard Memorial Cup with a matchup, Rimouski and London. And if it's anything like Game 1 a week ago from Saturday, we're in for quite a treat.
And it only fits. London, the best team in the Canadian Hockey League from start to finish, ranked number 1. Rimouski Océanic, the best team since the new year started. This matchup, Sidney Crosby and Corey Perry as well. What more can you ask for?
London has won 78 times this season. Rimouski has only lost 2 hockey games since December the 29th. And their leader, of course, is Sidney Crosby, and what a tournament he's enjoyed.
Well, in yesterday's game, the semifinal game, the one that really counted on the semifinal Saturday, Sidney Crosby came out, got the first goal of the game, his second a beautiful pass, probably his best play of the whole game. This one he didn't even score on. And then when things are going right, they're going right. This is a dump in. He didn't even realize the puck went in the net for the hat trick. Ends the game with 3 goals and 2 assists. What more can you ask for from the big guy?
And today, he will be opposed by his World Junior Hockey line mate, Corey Perry, who's been every bit as dominant in his 3 games here.
No question. He gets the game-tying goal against Rimouski and assists on the OT game winner. Big points at big times. He also got the power play going against Kelowna. Corey Perry has been fantastic. Number 1 respectively in their leagues during the regular season. Number 1 in the playoffs. Crosby leads the tournament with 11 points and 6 goals. And Perry leads his team with 6 points and 4 goals. What a matchup.
Number 1 versus number 2, and there's lots of nerves for both teams. London wants to win it at home. The Quebec League champions have other ideas, and that means more from you-know-who.
Hi, you're watching the 2005 Memorial Cup on Rogers Sportsnet and in high definition.
Welcome inside what's affectionately known as the House of Green for the championship final of the 2005 MasterCard Memorial Cup. Number 1 versus number 2 in the nation. London tangles with the Rimouski Océanic. The starting goaltenders brought to you by ADT. Always there, getting the call once again. The 19-year-old from Edmundston, New Brunswick. For Rimouski, Cedric Desjardins. He turned aside 25 shots in last night's semifinal victory over Ottawa. At the other end, he's back between the pipes. Adam Dennis, 2-0 in the tournament, the 20-year-old from Toronto, Ontario. Our referee from the Ontario Hockey League is Mark Hicks, as are the linesmen, Brent Holdsworth and Joe Celestin. These 2 teams opened up this tournament Saturday, May 21st, the end result of 4-3 London triumph in overtime. And the 2000 MasterCard Memorial Cup final is underway, and it's the Crosby line out on the ice to open things. What a sensational performance 1 night ago for that line, as they accounted for a total of 12 points, 3 of the goals to this youngster.
Rimouski has had quick starts in all their games. They like to get on the board early. This is one thing the Londons have to focus on, shutting down these 5 guys all night long.
Crosby, Pouliot, Roussan accounted for all 3 goals in the first meeting, all with a goal and an assist. And when you see Crosby on the ice, expect to see Brandon Prust of London. He's out there along with Trevor Kell and Dale Hunter's son, Dylan. Danny Roussan taps it ahead for the captain, Marc-Antoine Pouliot. Scalzo going towards the front of the net. Pouliot shovels it to the side of the cage, and Hunter intercepted. Brandon Prust, a 3rd-round selection of the Calgary Flames for Dylan Hunter. Hunter moves into the zone. Hunter stick handles the shot, handled. A big rebound issued by Cedric Desjardins, who's had a lot of 40-plus save nights in this event. Prust with Fritchie going to the front of the net. Prust still with it. Larman jumping into the high slot. Coulombe steals it and taps it ahead to Mark Tobin. From St. John's, Newfoundland is Mark Tobin. Held in at the line by Michael Serson and blocked by Drew Larman. Towards Robbie Schremp, he lost an edge. Attempts to clear it into the zone. Tobin looking for his first Memorial Cup point. Brian Rodney, one of the London natives on this night's team. Fritchie drops for Schremp. They fail to make the connection. Schremp, the first-round selection of the Edmonton Oilers. In 2004, the Larman blown down on the Offside, the keys to our game brought to you as always by Yamaha, manufacturer of the world's finest recreational vehicles.
I think secondary scoring is going to be important for both teams. We know the top lines can score. You have to look at Robbie Shrimp and David Boland. They have not scored for London yet, as well as Frechette, Tobin. They have not goals as well. Danny Stewart is one of those guys on their secondary lines. These guys are important. Goaltending is going to be very important. Adam Dennis has something to prove. 0-3 at last year's Memorial Cup. Did not come away with anything. This year he has 2 wins under his belt. Cedric Desjardins, I think he's been inconsistent.
Out for London comes the OHL MVP, Corey Perry. He has 4 goals in this tournament and 6 points. Center of the puck, back comes Francis Charette. Charette, his shot, bounced off Eric Nielsen. Corey Perry, 138 regular season points. David Boland snaps it. Perry at the side of the net. And Desjardins, as we've got penalties coming up. 2:26 into the opening frame.
Well, terrific opportunity for Corey Perry. David Boland gets the puck. He's got all kinds of room. Just gets the puck through to the net. Corey Perry breaks through. Nice individual effort. Takes 2 men with him as he does go through. The puck is right there on the stick, but unfortunately behind the goal line. Corey Perry already drawing the men with him. Leaves a lot of room for Boland to get that shot away. And then penalties ensue. Jean-Michel Beauduc from behind the play takes down Corey Perry. Just couldn't get a handle on it. Things are getting nasty all over the ice.
And nasty while we're away. David Boland is down. Eric Nielsen was involved in a collision. It's Corey Perry. He's involved as well. Nielsen's on his way to the penalty box. Trainer Don Brankley taking care of Corey Perry, and here's how it happened.
Eric Nielsen suckers Perry as he comes through the neutral zone. If you watch the right of the screen, you can see Nielsen coming towards Perry, gives him that extra shot right in the face. This is just a nasty start, less than 3 minutes into the first period. And as Corey Perry had that last scoring chance, that's when things got nasty.
David Boland's in the penalty box for London. He was involved, as I alluded to. John Sebastian Cote getting the gate as well, along with Eric Nielsen, as Dale Hunter looks on, guiding London to a 59-7-2 regular season record, as Corey Perry trying to shake the cobwebs loose. Perry comes into this championship affair riding a 21-game postseason scoring streak in which he's found the net 15 times and added 29 assists. And he does not look to be in great shape, but we hope all is well with the Knights' 94. And so far as the penalty time clock is concerned, 2 Rimouski Miners up on the clock.
Corey Perry totally unexpecting this. Catches him right in the jaw. Now the referee, if he saw that cleanly, that's at least a double minor.
Referee Mark Hicks, 2:26 in, with a very difficult situation to deal with.
Yeah, not too smart.
3 members of the Oceanic in the penalty box, and London is going to go on the power play with a full 2-minute, 2-man advantage. The best power play during the regular season in the Ontario League at 27.8%. What an opportunity for the hometown Knights. They were 0 for 7 versus Rimouski with a power play in the first meeting earlier in the tournament. Shrimp cross ice and Sabret. Shrimp a big shot. Desjardins the save, and it's Crosby who clears it the length of the ice.
We will look for Dylan Hunter low out of the corner. That cross seam pass right across the goal crease. Trying to find Fritchie on the far post.
Sabret into the zone. The CHL's top defenseman. Puck brings to the boards to Robbie Shrimp. And Dylan Hunter for Shrimp. Sabret. Corey Perry back out there. Shrimp a shot blocked by Patrick Coulon. Two-man advantage for the Knights. Perry into a seam. Shrimp. He rings it off the crossbar. Shrimp again. A hot shot, and this one caroms all the way down the ice with 48 seconds left in the two-man advantage. Fritchie in full flight. Fritchie from the short angle scores! Danny Fritchie's third of the tournament, and it's 1-0 London.
Well, a shot off the post early on, a nice pass through the seam. Robbie Shrimp, a beauty. This one you thought was labeled off the crossbar. Now that's a good opportunity. This here play by Fritchie, nicely, just throwing it to the net. 5-hole, squeaks through Desjardins' pads. London has a 5-on-3. They're getting clean shots away, they can't score, and then they get a cheap one. That's the factor with Desjardins. He's inconsistent from what I've seen throughout this tournament.
Danny Fritchie came to London in a January 10th deadline day deal from the Sarnia Sting, and he's opened the scoring on a power play 3 minutes and 45 seconds into this first period. 41 seconds still remaining in what will be the second man advantage for London. They scored 3 times on the power play in their round-robin finale victory over Ottawa and have picked up where they left off. And John, in big games, you cannot afford to be undisciplined.
No question about it. You cannot take bad penalties and all of a sudden give the opposing team a 5-on-3 right off the hop.
London after more. Dylan Hunter and Robbie Shrimp. 23 power play goals during the regular season. The shot by Girardi hit a leg and went into the corner. Brandon Prost, Hunter, Shrimp, Perry, and Girardi in the London power play. Prost working hard in front of the net. Shrimp on the exchange. Perry with a long reach will hold it in. Here's Shrimp. His shot off the side of the page. Serson, crazy hop off the stanchion, and Arsenault sends it the distance.
London has had a slow start in each of their games that they played in this tournament. This is a difference for them. A big break early, getting the goal to start the game.
Danny Sabret and the goaltender Adam Dennis draw the assists on the Fritchie goal. On the power play with a two-man advantage at 3:45. Fritchie's third of the tournament. Drew Larman. Fritchie to the front of the net again off his stick. And now there's going to be a penalty. This one's going to the London Knights. Danny Fritchie. Danny Roussan for Sidney Crosby. And Marc-Antoine Pouliot. Shot down the ice by Prost. And the fans here in London don't like it very much.
Danny Fritchie's not happy because he was pushed into Cedric Desjardins. He was going towards the net. He even tips the puck. Desjardins out to the side of his net, gets pushed in by Francois Balduc. Danny Fritchie's playing the puck on the play. Here's a look at Fritchie's goal. You think Fritchie's pumped to see this go in? London Knights came ready to play.
Danny Fritchie, you might remember, was involved in quite a collision with Cedric Desjardins in the tournament opener as well, involving these two teams.
Twice he was involved in running through that goaltending crease.
One a little more drastic than the other.
Yes.
Rimouski with their first power play opportunity of this championship game. Mario Scalzo Jr., his shot juggled Pouliot couldn't get a good shot on the rebound, and it's cleared the length of the ice.
Adam Dennis is going to want to make sure he controls the rebounds when that shot comes in. Pouliot, Roussan, and Crosby, they have quick hands in tight.
The big five, Scalzo Jr. backhander. Dennis cut down the angle. Nice hustle by Coulombe to hold it in for Crosby. And Scalzo. Marc-Antoine Pouliot snaps it wide of the target. Coulombe moving laterally. Pouliot fans on the pass, and Trevor Kell will flip it down the ice.
Rimouski like to move that puck through the seam between the defensemen and forwards on the London box.
54 seconds to go in a Rimouski power play that's operated at 33.3% in the tournament. And on this occasion, they'll have to go back and regroup as they send out their second unit of Stewart, Hurdell, and Mark Tobin, along with Jean-Michel Bolduc and Michael Serson. Danny Stewart, a third-round choice of the Montreal Canadiens. Diving is Prost down low for Mark Tobin. Tobin drops it off. Fake shot, Jean-Michel Bolduc. Into the corner, it's a Vinnick Hurdell. He plays it in the goal crease area, and Drew Larman will find an opening.
The London Knights are content to sit back in the neutral zone. Let Rimouski break out cleanly.
Serson snaps one. Dennis takes care of that with the big trapper. 1 tick left in the penalty to Danny Fritchie.
One thing that has to be a concern, and it has been all tournament long, is Mario Scalzo coming up late in the play, joining the rush. He'll pick up a nice feed from Crosby. Have to be aware of Scalzo at all times.
Mario Scalzo leading all defensemen in scoring at this Memorial Cup with 9 points. Robbie Shrimp. Hard blast turned aside by Desjardins. Fritchie, the game's goal scorer. Toward Shrimp. Fritchie has it again. Shrimp, quick drive, and a good right kick save, courtesy of Cedric Desjardins. Danny Savret deflects high in the air. Francois Bolduc up the middle for Jean-Sébastien Cote, stripped by Shrimp, who's been active in this opening period and just failed to make the connection with Fritchie. Cote shoots it down the ice, but he didn't take the extra step. Danny Fritchie has opened the scoring. The Knights with a 1-0 advantage.
Danny Fritchie made his presence felt in game number 1. Got the first goal of this game with a shot from the wing, but in game 1 we talked about him crashing the net, getting to Cedric Desjardins, throwing him off his game. Scores a goal from the crease area. Fritchie loves to play his game around the net. Took a penalty on the last play. Francois Bolduc put him into the net, but Fritchie going to his area made a good tip on the play.
Fritchie opening the scoring at 3:45 and a 2-man advantage. Girardi a hot shot, Prost a try, and Desjardins turned both away. Danny Fritchie has already played 19 National Hockey League games with Columbus and has his first NHL goal. He scored that November 20th against the Detroit Red Wings of 2003.
London, Ontario, the perfect city for your next convention, sporting event, or vacation. Call us at 1-800-265-2602 and discover our spirit.
Patrick Coulombe gloves it to Danny Roussan, and that will be blown down immediately as the Crosby line comes back out with Roussan and Pouliot, along with the defenseman that you expect to see in Patrick Coulombe and Mario Scalzo Jr. They combined last night in the 7-4 victory over Ottawa in the semifinal for 7 goals and 18 points. Can't call them the big 3, it's the big 5, John, with this team.
Well, we've seen it all tournament long. Coulombe and Scalzo, they jump up in the play, make it difficult.
Long shot from Mario Scalzo Jr. would have went wide.
Dale Hunter counters with Girardi and Mark Methot. These are the defensive defensemen for the London Knights. Big, strong, solid one-on-one defensemen. They have their hands full with Roussan, Crosby, and Pouliot.
Mark Mathot, the hero of the Game 1 meeting between these two teams, when he scored at 9:36 of overtime. It was his second of the game, and he added an assist. And Mathot had 4 points in the entire Ontario Hockey League playoffs. An unlikely hero offensively in the tournament. The Columbus six-rounder in 2003, Mark Mathot. Out there against the Crosby trio. Mathot roughs up Marc-Antoine Pouliot. Digging in the corner, Roussan with Crosby and Girardi. Sidney Crosby coming off a 3-goal, 2-assist performance versus Ottawa. Keeps it alive. Crosby runs in to Dylan Hunter, and it's Brandon Prost. Works 1-on-2 as London making wholesale changes. Prost intercepted, knocked out of midair neatly by Marc-Antoine Pouliot towards Danny Stewart. Jordan Foreman misses it. It goes to Stewart. Sabinik Kurdell in behind Rodney, but Rodney broke it up as he made the right turn in the nick of time. Tobin towards Stewart, but blown down on the offside nearly 10 minutes into this championship final.
Sidney Crosby so hard to contain. That's why they have defensive forwards playing against him. Brandon Prust is on the ice. Trevor Kell is another player that's going to have to face him. Prust and Kell trying to beat him one-on-one. Crosby can beat two guys. It took a man sliding in front of the puck to break things up. They have to be so tight on him. They need to take the man, stop watching the puck.
Danny Savret, good outlet, hopped off the stick of Rod Schrempf, who's been very active in this opening period. Still looking for his first goal of this Memorial Cup. London still with a 1-0 lead. The CHL Top Scorers brought to you by CGC Incorporated, sponsor of the CHL's Top Scorer Award.
Well, you talked about the top 5 for the Rimouski Océanic. Here they are. They're leading the Memorial Cup tournament in scoring. They've been just fantastic in every single game.
Corey Perry next in line with 6 points. A look at Patrick Coulombe and Mario Scalzo Jr. Perry with Fritchie and Robbie Schrempf. And Stewart, Tobin, and Sabinik Kurdell. Corey Perry takes it free. Continues to battle the Anaheim first-rounder. Ryan Rodney locates Fritchie. His backhander hits Serson. Big hit thrown by Mark Tobin. Comes loose to Savret. Cross ice for Fritchie. Perry to the line, and Savret looking for the redirect and found the stick of Fritchie, but Desjardins made the nice save from close range. London continues to apply pressure. Robbie Schrempf on the cycle. Poked off his stick. Perry to the line, and Savret for Rodney. His shot off the body never made its way through to the cage. Another excellent shift, this time for the likes of Perry, Fritchie, and Robbie Schrempf. Benoit Arsenault moves into the zone, backhander from a sharp angle, blockered away by the netminder Dennis. Tobin looking for John Sebastian Cote and flicked down the ice. Scalzo in a race with Prost, who beats him to the puck. Brandon Prost. Scalzo has broken his stick. Prost has the puck taken away by Francis Charette. Girardi flips it inside the Rimouski zone. Larman is tugged down. Josh Beaulieu snaps it. Desjardins a little trouble with the rebound, and referee Mark Hicks has his arm in the air. As we await the penalty or penalty calls. And it's going to Rimouski's Mario Scalzo Jr.
Cross-checking call to Mario Scalzo Jr. on Drew Larman. Larman trying to get through. Cote pulls him, then a little takedown from behind. That's a weak call as well. That's a couple weak calls that I've seen.
London back to the power play. Cross-checking is the call at 11:50. London's lone goal came as a result of a two-man advantage. Danny Fritchie opened the scoring at 3:45. Perry drops it off for Daniel Girardi. Perry, 4 Memorial Cup goals. Backhand pass, and Dylan Hunter with Schrem. They play catch with a puck. Schrem, Girardi, Perry, cross ice, Dylan Hunter with Desjardins going the other way. With the Buffalo draft pick, Chattawad. Marc-Antoine Pouliot out on a penalty kill with Sidney Crosby. Now Pouliot removed for Benoit Arsenault, who's been a nice late season acquisition. Called him up with 11 games to go in the regular season. Benoit Arsenault has been a good penalty killer. Dylan Hunter. 55 seconds remaining on the power play. London's third of the period. Dylan Hunter is blocked by Jean-Michel Bolduc. And again, the combination of Bolduc and Serson blocking a lot of shots as they have all tournament long.
They're very good at blocking shots. They try to get in the shooting lanes, not giving a clear sight line to Desjardins.
And Fritchie in high gear again. Robbie Schremp, an excellent glove save off Schremp by Desjardins.
Robbie Schremp is getting very frustrated. He's getting a lot of shots on net. A nice play by Fritchie to bring the puck into the zone. Schremp again, a clear shot. Right in the glove is Desjardins. Schremp is just shaking his head. He's probably never had so many shots without a puck going into the net. He's a goal scorer, and the puck is not going in for him. It's got to be so frustrating.
Rodney down low towards Dylan Hunter. Out there with Boland and Fritchie. Sabrat, 18 seconds to go on the manpower advantage. Boland towards the front of the goal now, along with Fritchie. David Boland from Mimico, Ontario. Sabrat, look out. As that one left his stick and went high into the air, over the glass and out of play.
Well, Sabrat, not exactly where he wanted that puck to go. He can shoot it. 23 goals during the regular season, 15 of them on the power play. Led Ontario Hockey League with a +70 rating, second among defensemen with 69 points. Tied for first among OHL defensemen with 20 points in the playoffs. He has been so consistent throughout this season.
Danny Sabrat scored the game-winning goal in the gold medal contest for Canada in a 6-1 victory over Russia on January the 4th. He'd love to score another big one here today. Rimouski back at full strength. Danny Stewart weaves into the zone. He's pulled down. There's going to be 2 penalties. One to Robbie Drummond, and Stewart's going to get the gate as well for embellishing. Danny Stewart tugged down and then goes down. London with the hometown Knights leading the Quebec League champions from Rimouski 1-0 on an early power play goal while enjoying a 2-man advantage. Right now the team's playing 4-on-4 with the penalties to Stewart of Rimouski and Robbie Drummond of London. Mark Mathot, the Game 1 hero. Patrick Coulombe takes over. Coulombe with his first 2-goal game of the entire season in last night's semi-final triumph. He's pulled down. There'll be another penalty. This one, a lone call going to the Knights for tripping.
Brandon Press will be getting the gate after tripping Patrick Coulombe. Again, Coulombe, the defenseman, he can jump up in the play. Press should let his man go. Let the defenseman take him as he's coming up the ice. There's no reason for him to be hooking from behind or tripping a man down.
The Oceanic about to enjoy their second power play of this contest. They were 2 for 4 against London in the round-robin meeting, a 4-3 overtime setback to the Knights on Saturday, May 21st, the game that opened this MasterCard Memorial Cup. Mario Scalzo Jr. snapped it, looking for the far side. Carries to Crosby. Scalzo, as they work 4-on-3. Crosby, Scalzo, Marc-Antoine Pouliot. Crosby in front, Roussan a whack at it, and David Bolin calmly backhands it the length of the ice.
London doing a good job back in their triangle, trying to prevent the seam passes that Rimouski likes to make.
Scalzo carries in. Slides it to Pouliot. Crosby parked on the far face-off dot. Scalzo a one-time screamer. Pouliot. And Crosby. Sidney Crosby surveying the situation for Roussan. Right through the blue paint. Pouliot, Crosby looked to return the favor, but Corey Perry broke it up.
There's that seam pass again, Peter. They love to go through the seam. Nice play by Corey Perry to break that up.
41 seconds to go on the power play. The coincidentals almost over. Pouliot, Crosby, one-timer blasted it wide as Drummond and Stewart return to the ice surface. Patrick Coulomb played in 2 Canada-Russia challenges. He'll slide it behind the net towards Danny Stewart, upended on the play, and Sabret shoots it down the ice. As the Knights kill off the first 2 Oceanic power plays of the game. Stewart towards Tobin, Prust ties him up. And Fritchie in full flight again for Shrep into the high slot. Terrific save, rebound, scores! Brian Rodney, it's 2-0.
Peter, we've talked so much about the Rimouski defense being able to play and score some points and put them on the board. Brian Rodney had 23 goals during the regular season, and he's not afraid to jump up in the play as well. Give Danny Fritchie a lot of credit on this goal. He outraced his man to the puck on Jean-Michel Bolduc, and what a play to put it back to Shrep. Shrep with a big shot. Brian Rodney just follows up. Nobody picking up Brian Rodney on the play. Rodney from the behind, he'll jump up. Nobody looking over their shoulders. Abina Curdell, what's he looking for?
Brian Rodney, a London native, has given the Knights a 2-0 advantage. He scored 2 goals and added an assist in the OHL Championship Final Game 5 clincher versus Ottawa. And the Oceanic in a hole, in a building where the Knights have lost only twice all season. Here they come again. Boland, Shrep, Boland, circles. And misses Brian Rodney at the right point. Shremp and Fritchie draw the assist at 17:09. Boland moves it in for Shremp. Between his legs, back to Boland. He'll play it in front. And Eric Nielsen scoops it up. Merkel hooks him off the puck. John London's pursuit of the puck has been tremendous in this opening period.
They've done that so well all season long. Their game is get that puck in below the goal line and forecheck every shift, every player on that forward line, getting in and putting pressure on the defense of the opposing teams.
Sidney Crosby back up, trying to provide an offensive spark here late in the period. Crosby comes out, so do Prust, Mathot, and Girardi for London. The matchup Dale Hunter wants. Marc-Antoine Pouliot, Scalzo a shot, hit Dylan Hunter and went to the corner. Coulomb looking for Crosby's stick. Crosby knocked to the ice. And more penalties with 1:26 remaining in the opening frame.
Mark Mathod will be getting the hook on this play. He's gesturing that Sidney Crosby was diving. Center of the frame. Mathod and Crosby will be out front just at the bottom of the circle. A slash by Crosby. Mathod just puts one fist into him. Referee sure is calling this one tight.
The call elbowing. One more read officially on the second goal. Rodney from Shrem and Fritchie at the 17-minute mark. And late in the frame, another power play chance for the Oceanic, and how they'd love to pot one with a power play going to the dressing room. It's been all London in the opening 20 minutes to this point. Scalzo and Coulombe. Pouliot, one-timer, hit a body in front. Shot into the stands as Girardi and Pouliot stare one another down.
Well, Rimouski getting opportunities, but not getting any clear shots through on Adam Dennis. Pouliot took a good shot, deflected into the corner. Sidney Crosby driving to the net. Roussan driving to the net. Pouliot hits his own man, not getting the bounces that he would like.
A minute and a half remaining in the power play. Under a minute to go in this first period as the Oceanic go back in their own zone to regroup. With a big five on the ice. Scalzo, Coulombe, Crosby, Roussan, and Pouliot. Cross ice for Marc-Antoine Pouliot. Coulombe, his shot through a screen didn't miss by much. Crosby spins, intercepted by Surrett, but he fails to clear. Crosby down low, and Roussan moving up on the play looking for passes. Scalzo off the stick, and Coulombe will have to regroup in neutral ice. 18 seconds to go in the opening frame. Girardi shoots it right to Desjardins. 13-10 the shots in favor of London, but more importantly, they lead it in the total that really matters, the scoreboard. 2-0 on goals from Danny Fritchie and Brian Rodney. And a crowd in a frenzy in London.
Early goal for the London Knights was really key. Rimouski undisciplined early in the first period, really set them back in this game. Fritchie getting the first goal, London up by 2. Difficult hole to climb out of against the Knights.
Play of the first period brought to you by Easton Sports. Come test drive our new one-piece composite synergy skate at a dealer near you.
Tremendous work by Danny Fritchie to chase down a puck, outworking his man Jean-Michel Bolduc, and a nifty pass to Schremp. Schremp with a shot, and defenseman Brian Rodney jumps up for his first goal of the tournament. We've talked about it so much in this tournament, looking over your shoulder, picking up a late man, and another goal scored by a defenseman.
Brian Rodney in his hometown of London, giving the Knights a 2-0 first period lead. And yes, the party is on in the zone. 20 minutes in the books in the championship game, and the hometown Knights in the driver's seat.
Rimouski came out with full of emotion, but Eric Nielsen was totally undisciplined, which supplied the opportunity. The first goal by Danny Fritchie driving wide to the net. A quick wrist shot, 5-hole on Cedric Desjardins. Then Fritchie again helps set up the second goal. Nice play to Schremp. Brian Rodney follows up the play for his first goal of the tournament.
Fritchie was outstanding in the opening 20 minutes. The first period scoring summary brought to you by Speedy Glass, the trusted name for auto and residential glass. Speedy Glass, priced right, done right.
Danny Fritchie was his third of the tournament, assisted by Surrett and Adam Dennis. Brian Rodney his first. Schremp and Fritchie assisting. Power plays, 1 for 3 for London. Rimouski 0 for 3.
Working on their third power play of the game, the Oceanic with 33 seconds left. And a power play opportunity with Marc Mathod of the Knights in the penalty box. And it's Crosby, Pouliot, Roussan, Scalzo, and Coulombe to open this second period. Trying to swing the momentum in their favor. With They'll have to go deep in their own end of the break to regroup. Rimouski with the top power play all season long in the Quebec League and this tournament, entering the championship final. Coulombe, a quick wrist shot, handled by Dennis.
Well, let's look at the scoring by period. Rimouski had dominated coming into this game 9-3. London with 2 goals in this first period already have closed the gap a little bit, so that was their quick start. Now London started to take over the rest of the tournament. 6-5 in the second period. It's a good omen for London to get the first couple goals, and Rimouski struggling early.
Kell loses it. Crosby in front. Roussan off his stick wide of the target. Here's Crosby towards Roussan, and they fail to make the connection.
He had Dennis down and out.
Savrat shoots it in. The penalty to Mathot is over. Trevor Kell steals it. Kell, a shot and a save, a good one by Desjardins to keep his team in it early in this second period.
Now this is just uncharacteristic. Scalzo turning the puck over to Trevor Kell. Rimouski's been very good, their defenseman, moving the puck. That's a bad turnover. Trevor Kell had given it away to Crosby early on. Crosby walks out, has Dennis down and out. Does not shoot the puck, opts to try and pass. Don't even get a shot on net.
Corey Perry out with Danny Fritchie and Robbie Shrimp. Fritchie with a goal and an assist in the opening frame. His third goal of the tournament, second against Rimouski. Fritchie backhander Desjardins with the pad down on the ice. Michael Serson, a Pittsburgh 5th rounder. Up the middle, past Danny Stewart.
Well, Saracen trying to force a puck up the middle of the ice. The first period was all Danny Fritchie. He really dominated, showing his speed and how effective he is at putting the puck to the net. He has his head up the whole way. He'll drive to the net to try to create opportunities, gets a tip. And then this is just an outstanding individual effort to regain the puck and make a nice play. Rodney getting the goal.
Jean-Michel Bolduc missing Jean-Sebastien Cote. Fritchie remains out with Perry. What a move by Perry. Corey Perry in front. Robbie Shrimp hit the goal post. Tremendous setup by Perry to Shrimp. And he hit the iron. Shrimp again has it roll off the edge of his stick. Brian Rodney looking for his second of the day. Fritchie, Perry, over top the stick of Shrimp. Fritchie again. Perry upended. There's going to be a Rimouski penalty. Pouliot stops the play.
London really dominating, and a nice play. Danny Fritchie up to Corey Perry, chips the puck past. And Robbie Shrimp off the post. Robbie Shrimp has had so many chances and unable to score a goal. Michael Saracen takes down Danny Fritchie. Corey Perry was taken down by Bolduc as well on the play. Could have had his option of a choice to call a penalty on that.
Jean-Michel Bolduc in the penalty box for cross-checking. And London with a power play goal with a 2-man advantage. Back to work on the power play early in period 2. Looking to extend a 2-0 advantage. Rodney kicked away by Desjardins. London 1 for 3 with a manpower advantage. David Boland down low for Corey Perry. Rodney, that's blocked, rebound. Desjardins still loose, scores! David Boland, and it's 3-0. And the Oceanic feel that the puck should have been blown down. They felt it was frozen.
The referee gesturing to go upstairs and take a look at this play. Good puck movement on this power play by London. Back to Boland to the side of the net. One-time shot by Rodney. Boland is off to the side. The puck will be laying loose underneath Cedric Desjardins. The referee's right on the spot. But you're right, Peter. Rimouski feel that the puck was covered up.
Play under review, and interesting to note, Desjardins without the use of his goal stick.
The puck was loose the whole time, never covered up. The referee did not blow the whistle on the play as well. That's a goal.
They didn't take long to take a look at that. David Boland's first goal of this MasterCard Memorial Cup. His first goal since he found the net in Game 5, the clincher of the OHL Championship Final versus Ottawa. And he's given London a 3-0 lead as the Knights connect on the power play for the second time in this championship affair.
The puck was clearly not covered up by Cedric Desjardins on that play. I don't know why Doris Labonte, well, Doris Labonte probably doesn't have the option to see it like we do, but he's definitely upset. That is a good call on the goal.
They may have thought a skate could have possibly been involved too, John.
No question there was not, though. David Boland clearly got a stick on the puck.
The Quebec League champions in a huge hole against a team that's lost only twice in this building all season, including the playoffs. Their last home ice loss came in Game 2 of the OHL Final versus Ottawa when they fell 6-3. Brandon Prost leading a 4-on-2 rush up the ice. The trailer, Girardi, blocked in front. And back comes a possible opportunity with Pouliot going to the net. Here's Stewart. Stewart snaps a high drive. And Dennis with maybe his best save of the game. Scalzo snaps it. Comes right out into the slot. Francois Bolduc. And that hit Hurdell in front. Redirected by Hurdell wide. Good pressure by Rimouski. Tobin crunches Trevor Kell, shot right on Desjardins. Savret moves in. Savret off a skate to the open wing. Corey Perry back out with Fritchie and Schremp. Fritchie in the high slot, didn't get all of it.
Terrific strength by Corey Perry, one-on-one below the goal line to make a nice pass.
Nielsen lifts the stick of Fritchie and it caroms to neutral ice. Andy Savret plus 70 during the regular season to lead the OHL. Schremp one-on-one with Francois Bolduc, who did a nice job. Corey Perry digging after it. To the line, and Savret tees it up. And Desjardins tested and hangs on.
We've talked so much about Sidney Crosby's strength one-on-one. Well, let's take a look at Corey Perry. Mark Tobin battling him. Corey Perry, one hand on the stick, holds his man off, gets a nice play, draws a man towards him, and a good shot by Fritchie. That's good one-on-one strength by Corey Perry.
Corey Perry with a goal and an assist in the first meeting of these two teams. He set up the overtime winner and tied it in the third period at 3. London trailed 3-1 in that game. They lead this one 3-0 in Prost. A redirection stopped by Desjardins, who's faced 22 London shots. Prost knocked down neatly. Kell snaps it with some authority. And Desjardins with a fine save.
Rimouski getting themselves in a hole. They're starting to lose their emotion. They're starting to be undisciplined. Quick shot on net by Kell. Desjardins getting a lot of work in this game. Shots 23-15. The problem is most of the play is in the Rimouski end of the ice.
Jean-Michel Bolduc, a 9th round selection of the Minnesota Wild in 2003. Jordan Foreman attempting to throw a hit on Hurdell, and he's hurt. The product of Preston, Ontario, laying face down at center.
Well, Foreman came into the boards hard. He missed his check on Hurdell. Elbow and head into the glass.
Jordan Foreman led all London rookies in scoring this season, and a real agitating type. Been very impressed with the role that he has played during this MasterCard Memorial Cup. Dale Hunter looks on, I'm sure quite content with the way his team has performed. Let's take a timeout. London leading at home 3-0.
Foreman back on the bench. The London Knights' third goal. Question whether the puck was covered up or not. Referee Mark Hicks is right on the spot. He can see the puck. Definitely no problem there. They announced Fritchie with the goal, but Bolin is the one to touch it last.
The emotional Doris Labonte. No one coaches with more passion behind a bench. And he's still looking at the referee saying that third goal should have been waved off. In the building, the credit to Fritchie, which would be his second of the game, but we're sure, after showing the official scores a couple of looks, that it will indeed be credited to David Bolin, but Fritchie with 3 points already this afternoon. Danny Stewart flying towards the left wing corner, plays it to the side of the cage where Adam Dennis dives on the puck, and more pushing and shoving after the whistle.
Peter, right now I don't understand something. Sidney Crosby, Roussan, and Pouliot top line in the tournament. If I'm Doris Labonte, I'm getting them out there every second shift to get something going. They need some goals right now. They're not utilizing this line right now when they need to go score some goals. They're so used to playing with a lead.
And not utilizing maybe the television timeouts the way they could.
There's lots of rest with the television timeouts. They have to coach accordingly.
We'll watch that trend and see if it changes. Crosby's line on the bench right now with the second unit of Tobin, Stewart, and Hurdell applying a little pressure. Boldug shot in behind the net to Savinik Hurdell, a member of the Czech national junior team at the World Junior in Grand Forks. Tobin, his shot blocked by Drew Larman, clear to Serson. Will hold it in through a maze, but it hit a body and went into the corner. They have made an official change. It's Bolin's first of the tournament on a power play from Fritchie and Rodney, who now has 2 points. Talking about Rodney at 2:48. Patrick Coulombe stripped by Trevor Kell. 2-on-1 with Prost if they can make it go. And diving back defensively, Patrick Coulombe to break it up. Prost has been a tower of strength in this tournament. Battling for it again. Prost. In front, Dylan Hunter snaps it. Good glove save. Desjardins as the Crosby line is out now. Pouliot. Rink wide for Danny Roussan. Roussan with 4 assists in last night's semifinal triumph over Ottawa. And a face-off about to come up deep in London territory.
Good second effort by Patrick Coulombe. He gets beat, the puck gets by him, but he does not give up. At the blue line, slip by him. He gets his feet moving, doesn't try to hook. Nice angle back towards the post, takes the pass away. Now that's a terrific second effort by Patrick Coulombe. That's the thing that he's done all season long. So valuable to this team.
Coulombe an impressive +60 during the regular season. Sported a 7-game point scoring streak, longer than anyone, including Sidney Crosby, during the Quebec League playoffs. Tremp backhands it to center. Rob Tremp must wonder what he has to do to score a goal in this event, John.
He's snake bit, no question about it. He's getting opportunities, the puck is just not going in for him.
Back out with Perry and Danny Fritchie. 3-on-2 for Rimouski. Danny Stewart, good low drive, stopped by the right pad of Dennis. Center towards Hurdell, poked away from him, and back comes Trent. The Edmonton Oilers first rounder with Fritchie and Perry. Robbie Schremp thought about it, fakes it, parries down and injured again. Savret broke his stick. The shot by Schremp. The referee, Mark Hicks, blows down the play.
Well, Corey Perry taken down by Francois Bulldog, spins around, takes Crosby out with a high stick. Right in the middle of the screen.
Looked like he made the connection to me, John, when he swung around as Perry kind of stepped around, and then the stick comes around.
Corey Perry taking a lot of abuse. Center of the screen, Bolduc spun around. Corey Perry was jumping by him. Bolduc felt like he was beat, trying to get a stick on him at the last second to slow him down.
And it was indeed the stick that spun around and clips Corey Perry on the bridge of the nose, and that hurt. Perry really frustrated and cut, as you can see, with 11:39 to go in period number 2. Dale Hunter, the two-time OHL Coach of the Year, guiding his team to this point in the season to a record of 78-9-2. All games included, including their 3 victories here at the 2005 MasterCard Memorial Cup. And in the driver's seat in this championship affair, David Bolland with his first of the tournament on a power play in this second period. He's on the ice with Rodney Drummond and Drew Larman. Charette, Cote, and Eric Nielsen countering for Rimouski. Drummond, his shot, big rebound issued. Searson poked it away from Bolland before he could shoot it. That's the 200th shot Desjardins has faced in this tournament. He's been, yes, quite busy, to say the least. And quite good, too. Danny Savret for partner Brian Rodney having a big day with a goal and an assist. This time he misses Bolland, and it goes for icing.
Momentum stick built by Sherwood is now available at authorized distributors, which represents the new generation of sticks. Keep the momentum.
So look at Corey Perry still on the bench, getting his nose fixed up. Little cut from a high stick by Bolduc. Corey Perry will be back on the ice, no question about it.
No points for Corey Perry so far in the contest. Brandon Prust, deflected by Mario Scalzo Jr., wide of the target. Daniel Girardi and Mathot and Prust. That means Crosby is back out of the ice. And he has the puck with a tournament-leading 11 points. Offside at the blue line.
Sidney Crosby has not had an opportunity through the neutral zone. London doing a very good job breaking up their rushes. They already have 3 men back for sure. A forward supporting cast, making it very difficult for this top line, Crosby, Roussan, Pouliot, to make any plays through the neutral zone.
Mark Mathot knocked down, and he'll retrieve it just inside his own line. Pouliot, good work to hold it in. Trevor Kell bats it to the neutral zone. And John, I've been very impressed with Trevor Kell's play so far. The Chicago draft pick, his best game of this tournament.
Trevor Kell's very good when he's moving his feet. Every time he's moving his feet, things happen for him.
Trevor Kell and company leading Rimouski 3-0 in the second period. It has not been a rough game for the Knights, but it has for one particular member.
Corey Perry's been taking abuse. Jean-Michel Bolduc takes him down with a cross check. Eric Nielsen, a punch to the face. Looked like Corey Perry is maybe a little dazed, almost knocked out on the play. Francois Bolduc, a high stick to Corey Perry. A little work by the trainer on his nose to seal things up for the period.
Corey Perry entering the day riding a 21-game postseason scoring streak. 44 points, 4 goals, and 2 helpers. In this MasterCard Memorial Cup, David Boland looking for more. Hurdell and Danny Stewart. Stewart snapped it, blocked up by Savret, has it again. Another chance, almost a fourth opportunity, but the puck never made its way through to the net. Larman drops for Boland. Nice pass in return for Larman, but he was behind the end line. No opportunity to have a good scoring chance. But a lovely feed from David Boland as Boland with a big hit on Mark Tobin. Michael Serson up the middle for Crosby. Savret got knocked down, but he stood up Crosby nonetheless. Two World Junior teammates, Crosby and Danny Savret, today battling for the championship of the Canadian Hockey League. Mario Scalzo Jr. for Marc-Antoine Pouliot. Pouliot tries to go around Girardi. Scalzo jumps up. Spinning effectively. Coulombe blocked by Brandon Pross. Pross might be home free if he can get the puck, but Dylan Hunter's pass out of his reach.
Well, Mark Tobin takes a rough ride by David Boland into the turnbuckle, a la Ric Flair. Terrific play by Boland, finishing his check. Very dangerous for players along the benches. Good thing there's padding on that thing.
Wasn't Ric Flair's famous line, to be the best, you've got to beat the best?
There you go.
Or at least to be the man, you've got to beat the man. London #1 coming in the rankings. Rimouski faced with trying to be the man. But so far, it's been all London. Corey Perry in front, Dylan Hunter. Perry shovels it in front one more time. Fritchie enjoying a great day with 3 points. Benoit Arsenault, wrist shot, Adam Dennis.
Adam Dennis makes a save, no rebounds available. He has not been busy in this game, and the reason why is because the defensemen are blocking shots, not getting them through. Little comparison, Desjardins and Dennis starts. The difference in this game, the saves 23, shots against 25. Desjardins facing a ton of them. Dennis hardly working at all.
Adam Dennis in his second consecutive MasterCard Memorial Cup. He was a member of the 0-3 Guelph Storm last year. Brandon Pross trying to go around Crosby, who upends him. And Crosby is going to make his way to the penalty box.
Crosby turned the wrong way in the neutral zone to begin with to give Brandon Pross an extra couple feet in a lane. He had to battle back to take his man out. Crosby turning away. He's the one covering up for a defenseman pitching in. He has to turn and be with the man going wide.
Crosby in the box, and the Knights with 2 power play goals to their credit already. They operated at over 32% in this building during the regular season. Savret let it go, stopped by Desjardins. Perry diving, but fails to keep it in at the line.
Ryan Rodney redeeming himself in this game. He really struggled in the first couple games in this tournament, getting beat badly one-on-one a couple times.
With a goal and an assist for Brian Rodney. David Boland has a power play goal. Cross ice, Savret one-timer. Karam's off his body, right to Desjardins.
For Brian Rodney, he started this year in Grand Rapids in the American Hockey League. They released his rights, didn't really have a place to go. London acquired his rights, brought him in, and he's been fantastic behind Danny Savret. Both of these guys with 23 goals during the regular season. They can put the puck in the net.
Rodney was acquired in a deal with Kingston back on September 21st in his second Memorial Cup. Played with Ottawa back in 2001 in Regina. 1:07 to go on the power play. Girardi, a good low blast, did not miss by much. Corey Perry with Dylan Hunter, Prost, Schremp, and Girardi. Dylan Hunter, the big game against Ottawa with 3 points on Thursday. Schremp finds Perry. Schremp moves in, blocked by Jean-Michel Bolduc. Schremp tees it up from close range. Dylan Hunter, Girardi sliding down low. Hunter again, Perry one-timer, blocked by John Sebastian Cote. Schremp for Perry again, he broke his stick in half. But Schremp holds it in as Perry goes to the bench. Schremp a shot, another save. Desjardins unaware for a second where it was. Perry off the bench, stopped again. And Cote backhands it out as Crosby's penalty expires. Brandon Prost for Rob Schremp remains out there. Tail end of a lengthy shift for Schremp. A member of the U.S. national junior team in Grand Forks, where he scored 4 goals with limited ice time. Patrick Coulomb for Mario Scalzo Jr. And Crosby with a little room to operate. Sidney Crosby snaps it. And the puck belongs to David Bolin. Second round choice of the Chicago Blackhawks. This is icing. Corey Perry looking for his first of his championship affair. Not so here. In London, the Knights in front comfortably, 3-0. They led 2-0 after 1 on goals by Danny Fritchie on the power play and Brian Rodney. David Boland has added a power play marker in period number 2.
London really putting the pressure on this Rimouski Océanic team. They're using their speed, they're jumping on loose pucks, forcing turnovers. I haven't seen Rimouski panic like this all tournament long. They're having a hard time getting good, clean passes. Anything through the neutral zone is being intercepted.
Savrat drives it right on Desjardins. Leaves it for Francois Bolduc. Savina Curdell hit David Boland. Robbie Drummond, another London native on this Knights team in hot pursuit. Brian Rodney, yet another. This time he's stripped by Danny Stewart from Charlottetown PEI. Stewart for Sabina Curdell, but he was tied up not by just one night, but 2. Danny Savrat in front for Drummond, rebound! You have got to be joking! Cedric Desjardins! Robbery, absolute robbery.
Drew Larman will be off to the side of the net after a rebound on this shot. How Desjardins composes himself to get his glove on this puck is beyond me. He's falling down on his butt, falling to the left, and his hand comes out of nowhere to make a huge stop.
May have saved the game.
That would have put it way out of reach.
With it 3-0. Off of Pouliot. He gives chase. Back out with Crosby and Roussin. Dennis way out of the cage. Dangerous looking chance for Roussin. Dylan Hunter finds Trevor Kell from Thunder Bay, Ontario. Snaps it. A much easier stop this time for Desjardins.
Well, let's take a look at that last save that was made on Drew Larman. Cedric Desjardins out, stretched all the way across, falling, sliding one way, and have to reach back and make that glove save.
Drew Larman with a 2-goal outing in this MasterCard Memorial Cup versus the Kelowna Rockets in a 4-2 triumph last Monday. Brandon Prost. Tremendous work ethic for Prost. Not always rewarded on the score sheet, but what a job he's done at both ends in this tournament. And today, he and his mates have shut out Sidney Crosby, Marc-Antoine Pouliot, and Danny Roussin. Still a long way to go. Pouliot intercepted by, guess who? Brandon Prost. So much depth on this London team. Adam Dennis sweeps it to Girardi. Girardi to an open wing here. Schrempp with Corey Perry. Schrempp and Perry. Perry spins and Desjardins steps in. Schrempp in the corner, tied up effectively by Benoit Arsenault. Good work by number 21. Eric Nielsen, one-on-one with Sabret. They'll collide in the corner. Benoit Arsenault to the line, and Serson. Serson a shot. Hit Schrempp in the shin guards. Poked ahead, and Perry off of Arsenault to neutral ice. Just over 2 minutes remaining in the second period, and a 3-0 London lead as they look to cap off a dream season. 59 regular season wins. Schrempp zigzags. Perry towards Fritchie, just in behind him. Ryan Rodney stripped by Jean-Sébastien Cote. Quick snapshot, and Dennis makes the stop.
And there's no support. Cote breaks up, gets a shot on net, but there's no Rimouski players to follow up.
Danny Stewart swept to the side of the net. Dennis looked to cover it, helping out defensively with Schrempp, and he'll shoot at the center. Scalzo waiting for his mates to get onside. Stewart, Hurdell, and Tobin, and they have not been anywhere near as effective as they were during the Quebec League playoffs in this tournament. The fans with a large round of applause for Robbie Schrempp and his mates as they go to the bench. Drew Larman, he was acquired in an early season trade. Nice pass, but just offside.
Well, let's take a look at what the London Knights have done this year, rewriting the Canadian Hockey League record book. They've been fantastic. Most wins in a season with 59. Winning percentage, .882. Longest undefeated streak broke Brandon Wheatking's record. Fewest goals against, 125. That ties Kelowna, which was set last year, the eventual Memorial Cup champions.
They scored 310 regular season goals and posted a 16-2 record to win the OHL title. Pouliot, the best chance of the day for the Crosby line, but the captain, Pouliot, robbed by Adam Dennis.
Well, this is the cleanest shot that Marc-Antoine Pouliot has had in the game. Nice play by Jean-Michel Beauduc to pinch in, keep the puck in the London end of the ice. Crosby gets it out to Pouliot, and a quick shot on net. Key here, Adam Dennis, no rebounds. Makes the stop, no rebound. Pouliot gets one shot.
A huge save late in this second period. That would have given Rimouski some much-needed momentum going to the dressing room. Mathot, rink wide off Serson. Dylan Hunter tracking it down in the corner with number 10 of the Océanic. Prost to help out on the forecheck. Brandon Prost, so tough to knock off the puck, but it's poked away by Crosby. Crosby accepts the Pouliot pass. No, he doesn't. It goes to Roussan. Fans thought it was offside. Crosby. He's taken to the ice by Mathot. Jean-Michel Beauduc, the redirect, the nifty one. Nice save off Crosby, who slams his stick as the buzzer goes to bring an end to the second period, and there's going to be a penalty against the Knights at the 20-minute mark of this frame.
Sidney Crosby driving hard to the net. This is a good tip. Crosby's being taken down to the ice, his feet taken out from underneath him, and he's just not happy. Slams his stick to the ice, wants the penalty called. He's driving hard to the net, doing everything he can legally, makes a nice tip, and his feet are pulled out from underneath him. I think Crosby's right on that play. He should have had a penalty called. The Rimouski team does get one called at the end of the period.
Our play of the second period is brought to you today, as it always is, by Cannon and their Business Solutions division, always up and running.
David Bolin gets his first goal of the Memorial Cup tournament. He has had his chances. Battling in front of the net, a loose puck squirts through. They did have to go up to video replay. That's a goal, the third of the game.
Brandon Prost has been into it with Sidney Crosby all day long. So far, it's Prost team in front.
Second period scoring summary brought to you by Mazda, always the soul of a sports car. London dominating the shots on goal and scoring, the only marker of that stanza, lead 3-0. Here's John Garrett and Nick Kyprios. And guys, let's go back to the first period. And this game really turned 3 minutes in on a horrendous penalty by Eric Nielsen.
Well, I guess old habits are hard to break because they've been taking some bad penalties all week. And today's no different. This is early in the contest, 0-0. And I don't know what Nielsen is thinking on this play. And watch Corey Perry's reaction. Yeah, think about it, buddy. This is a championship game. How do you look Sidney Crosby, Pouliot, Roussin in the eye and tell them, yeah, I'm here to support you and help you win this hockey game, because it got them off to a bad start, and they're chasing going into this third period.
You're already man down.
Yeah.
You're 2 men short.
Then you need your goalie to bail you out, and that didn't happen.
No. And we talked about it, Nick, before. Cedric Desjardins, one bad goal a game. Okay, maybe he got it out of his system early, but they needed the goalie to help him out. That is an awful goal. No paddle down, no stick down, right through him. That might have gone right by if he just lets it go. And instead, look at this squeeze and knocks him in his own net. That is an awful goal. And in a game like this, your team gets just deflated. The biggest game you've got all year, and you watch your goalie letting him win like that early in the game.
After a 5-point performance in the semifinal, Sidney Crosby extremely frustrated tonight in the championship game, Nick.
Well, a situation where they're not giving him much room. It's a 5-man unit against Sidney Crosby, and they've closed off the lanes. They've taken away his time and space, and he ends up taking a bad penalty on a back check. He's going to have a tough time. This London team is deep, and he's not going to have much room in the next 20 minutes either.
Rimouski has any hope. Look for them to capitalize on a third period starting power play. Sidney Crosby will open up the period as the Rimouski Océanic probably will start the gamble very early on in this championship final. Peter, John?
Thanks so much, gentlemen. The London Knights 20 minutes away from their first ever Memorial Cup title. They begin this third frame shorthanded. Dylan Hunter picking up a hooking penalty at the 20-minute mark. Danny Roussin, nice move in front. Just fails to connect with Crosby on the doorstep. Scalzo lets it go in the equipment of Method, who worked the puck down to his stick and down the ice. Good play by number 3 of the Knights. Rimouski has fired 8 shots on net on their power plays, but obviously yet to find the mark. Coulomb, one-on-one with Method, and Savret finds an opening. Desjardins pressured by Prost. In behind Prost, poked away by Desjardins. Here's Prost again. Backhander off Coulomb. Brandon Prost. Sensational defensively. Roussin. Off his stick, belongs to Pouliot. Pouliot down low towards Crosby and Roussin. Crosby watched closely by Danny Savret. Plays it for Scalzo. Back to Crosby, top of the circle, blocked by Savret. Scalzo moves up on the play, and here's Bolin. Back the other way, he has a step on Bolduc. Bolin cutting in front, and it rolls off his stick. Excellent individual effort by David Bolin, who scored the third London goal on a power play. That opportunity shorthanded. John, this building would have went out of its mind if that goes in. Cleared down the ice with just 7 seconds left in the Hunter minor penalty.
Peter, you got to give Danny Savret a lot of credit on this last opportunity. Short-handed, Savret makes a block in the shot. Bolin gets an opportunity, out-skates Jean-Michel Bolduc, trips him up at the last second. That could have been a penalty. to be called as well. But Savret blocking shots all game long. David Bolin, terrific short-handed. Nice teamwork. He's shaking his hand. He must have took that shot off the hand.
And the Hunter penalty expires. Rimouski hoping for an early power play goal to get them back in it. But they're now 0 for 4 with a man advantage. After leading this tournament at 33.3% heading into this championship final. Francois Bolduc turns it over to Corey Perry. Perry for Rob Schremp, snaps and scores! Robbie Schremp's first of the tournament, 4-0 Knights.
Happiest man in the building right now, Robbie Schremp. He's been shooting and shooting and shooting. He must have 30 shots in this tournament, and he just couldn't buy a goal. And he set up some nice plays. He's made things happen. Nice pass by Corey Perry to get it back to Schremp. Rimouski very tentative with the puck. They cannot clear the puck out of their own end of the rink. Let's take a look at Schrempy. His reaction.
Rob Schremp scored 41 times during the regular season, 13 more during the Ontario Hockey League playoffs, and is his first of the Memorial Cup, as that will do it on this day for Cedric Desjardins. He's been replaced in the goal by number 37, Jean-Michel Filiatreau. He played with the Quebec Ramparts in Quebec City in the 2003 Memorial Cup. 4-0 on the Schremp goal, his first of the tournament. Fritchie looking for Perry in the high slot. Corey Perry draws the lone assist at 2:34. Fritchie with 3 points of his own in this contest. Mark Mathod holds it in. Schremp to the line. Perry holds it in, blocked. Then comes to neutral ice off the shin guard of Francis Charette. Graham Bona, his first shift of the contest. For Schremp. Schremp again! A hard blast. Jean-Michel Filiatreau tested early. Girardi, quick drive. And Filiatreau again with a save.
Robbie Schremp scores in bunches, and this shot here could definitely have gone in, but Jean-Michel Filiatreau, acquired from Quebec as an overage because of his experience in the Memorial Cup, same as Adam Dennis was acquired by the London Knights. And Cedric Desjardins has not taken his hands off his face as he's left the net.
Desjardins removed in favor of Filiatreau, who did not play one single second in this tournament or the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League playoffs.
Desjardins went 20 games undefeated to end the season, and he really did a good job of just letting some weak goals in at wrong times. He got the wins. It's just no support for him among their defensive core. The depth of this team is scoring, and defensively they struggle, which doesn't help Desjardins' cause.
Look at that shot. That's unbelievable camera work. And those eyes tell the whole story for Rimouski. 4-0 for the #1 rated Knights. They have been in that #1 ranked position all season long, trying to go coast to coast and put a cap on what might go down as one of, if not, the greatest seasons in Canadian Hockey League history. Brandon Prust moves into the zone. Prust with excellent puck work. Now it comes to the line. Crosby tried to jump away, but Dylan Hunter foiled him as Crosby gets his elbow up a little bit on Dylan Hunter as they push and shove. Sidney Crosby with 3 goals and 2 assists in the semifinal. An unbelievable evening, but this day has been full of frustration as Brandon Prust wants a piece of Sebastian Aspiro. And he'll get one. This coming with 15:04 to go in the third period.
I think this is Sebastian Aspiro's second shift in the tournament.
Aspiro pretty strong as he takes Brandon Prust to the ice.
Well, it's not bad if you're a wrestler. Brandon Prust likes to trade punches toe-to-toe.
You cannot say enough in this tournament about the work of Brandon Prust.
Take a look at how Brandon Prust and Aspiro get started. A punch in the head by Aspiro to Brandon Prust. And Dylan Hunter and Sidney Crosby get involved. Nice breaks up the play by Hunter, but Crosby comes back and gives Dylan a shot and then spears him a little bit as he comes through. Dylan very disciplined on the play. Sidney Crosby starting to show the frustration. I've never seen Sidney do something like that. He's usually very disciplined.
Referee Mark Hicks straightening things out of the penalty box. Dale Hunter can almost smell it now with his team in front, 4-0. Trying to win his first Memorial Cup. The team that has entered the championship affair with the bye, meaning a first-place finish, as they love Mike Toth here in London, and why not? Big fan myself. Getting back to my thought, the team that has finished first after the round robin with a bye into Sunday's final has won 11 of the last 12 championship games. The only team, John Druce, to buck that trend was the Ottawa 67s when they beat the Calgary Hitmen in overtime in their own building back in 1999 on an overtime goal by Matt Zoltek. The last team to do it prior to that, you have to go back to Kamloops in 1992. Perry with Shrimp. Perry, his pass, blocked by Coulomb. Fritchie with the game's opening goal and a tremendous first 20 minutes with a goal and an assist, really helping to pave the way to this 4-0 advantage. Stewart batted at one on the doorstep. Shrimp, the Edmonton first rounder. He's pulled to the ice by Coulomb. There's going to be a penalty. As it's down the ice, Dennis will leave it for Brian Rodney, enjoying quite a final with a goal and an assist of his own. Penalty coming up, and now the whistle is blown by referee Mark Hicks in his first Memorial Cup tournament and final.
Patrick Coulomb is going to be going to the penalty box for taking down Robbie Shrimp and ripping his helmet off as they're going one-on-one against each other. Shrimp trying to gain a little room, gives a little shoulder, but Coulomb just pulls his man down to the ice, puts his bucket back on so he can stay on and play during the shift.
Nick and John touched on it just before the start of the third period. A very undisciplined penalty courtesy of Eric Nielsen that gave London a two-man advantage early in the first period, led to a Danny Fritchie goal that opened the scoring, is a penalty that they will look back at for quite some time in Rimouski.
You do not have to start a championship game taking penalties like that. You want to gain some momentum, not take it away early on, and that's exactly what happened to give London the goal.
Benoit Arsenault, short-handed attempt, gloved easily by Adam Dennis. And London's power play had not been terrific early in the Memorial Cup, but they got going with 3 power play goals against Ottawa. Here's Perry, robbed by Filiatro, who's made 2 or 3 dynamite stops after replacing Cedric Desjardins following the Shrimp goal. He went 0-3, as we showed you earlier, playing for the hometown Quebec Rampart in the 2003 Memorial Cup. Brian Rodney for Danny Fritchie. It's blocked. And back comes Danny Roussan, short-handed. Roussan with 54 goals on the season. Headed poked away by Danny Sabret. The CHL's top defenseman, Boland. David Boland's pass off his stick towards Larman. And Marc-Antoine Pouliot. For Mario Scalzo Jr., Sabret in the way again. Tremp, nice lateral move at the line. Tremp snaps it. Filiatro wasn't sure, but he got enough of it. Tremp leaves it. Trevor Kell, blocked by Mario Scalzo Jr. He's still looking to jump up. Despite the fact his team's shorthanded, but when you're trailing by 4, why not? Tremp, tail end of a power play. London has 2 power play goals in the game. Mathot, Kell, a redirection. Coulombe out of the penalty box. Mathot, a hard drive, it's loose, goes off Kell wide. London continues to apply the pressure and finally skating out of the zone. Pouliot for Coulombe, Patrick Coulombe, 1-on-2, upended by Daniel Girardi.
Girardi's so calm, breaking up a play in his own end of the rink, makes a play up the boards and then receives a huge hit by Pouliot. Doesn't even faze him. Take a hit to make a play. The whole London Knights team has done that all game.
Graham Bona fails to handle it cleanly in his first Quebec Junior League season. Seeing some ice time with Rimouski trailing by 4 in the third period. Robbie Schremp's first of the tournament. Cedric Desjardins in disbelief. The celebration alive and well in the party zone. Their Knights are 11-24 away from winning the Canadian Hockey League title in the MasterCard Memorial Cup. Brian Rodney down the ice, right to Jean-Michel Filiatro. Replace Cedric Desjardins. After the 4th London goal, the first of the tournament, courtesy of Rob Schremp. Mark Tobin involved in behind the play. And it's Corey Perry again taking a rough ride. There's a penalty on its way to the Oceanic. And blown down now.
Jean-Michel Bolduc is the one going to go to the penalty box. Cross-check from behind, hitting Corey Perry. It was more of an elbow to go into Perry. Not expecting him to come in. Throws the elbow into Perry from behind. Corey Perry sucking it up, taking the abuse. Anything you have to do to win a championship.
Bolduc and Tobin with a bit of a sandwich, but it's Bolduc who makes his way to the penalty box. And London back to the power play again. 2 for 6 on the day. Corey Perry remains on the ice with Schremp, Dylan Hunter, Daniel Girardi, and Danny Sabret. An early power play goal started things just the way the Knights would have wanted, with a 2-man advantage back at the 3:45 mark of the opening frame by Danny Fritchie. It's been tough sledding ever since for the champions of the Quebec League. Dylan Hunter, Daniel Girardi, a hard drive. Good save by Filiatro.
And this is rewarding for Daniel Girardi. He played in last year's Memorial Cup, gets traded from Guelph to London this year along with Adam Dennis. Second chance at a Memorial Cup championship. The team last year struggled, 0-3 in the tournament. And to come in here and play with a powerhouse, what a privilege for Girardi and Adam Dennis.
Should be noted as well, one of the players who went the other way in that deal, John, was Rick Steadman. Rick Steadman is the nephew of Mark and Dale Hunter. How difficult was that deal to make on the family?
No question about it. Another deal made earlier in the season, Logan Hunter traded to Peterborough as well. Some family members being dealt away to build this team.
You have a chance to win it all. I guess you spare nothing. And right now, all those deals are paying dividends and have ever since they were made. The Knights started the year with a CHL record 31-game unbeaten streak that was finally stopped on December 17th by the Sudbury Wolves in this building with a 5-2 victory. And at the time, Danny Savrett and Corey Perry were away trying out for the national junior team. You wonder how long the streak might have lasted had they not been away for the better part of a month. Robbie Schremp was away about a week later with the U.S. national junior team. Plays it, Girardi and Brian Rodney. Girardi whips one as the penalty to Jean-Michel Bolduc has expired. Schremp, look at the stick handle. Fritchie in front towards Schremp, gobbled up and cleared down the ice. The countdown is on for Dale Hunter's team. They're edging closer to a championship. The game review brought to you by Castrol GTX High Mileage. It helps older cars feel young again.
Probably one of the best London Knights in the tournament, Danny Fritchie, a goal and 2 assists, got things started for this team at the recent time right now. Game-winning goal for Fritchie. David Bull and Robbie Schremp have been struggling all tournament long, and they get their first goals of the tournament.
In their 40th year, the London Knights, 8:38 away from winning the title, and there's one of the architects, VP and General Manager Mark Hunter.
They know the game, Mark Hunter and Dale Hunter. Mark's done a terrific job acquiring people and doing his job. He's very well respected around the Ontario Hockey League.
Mario Scalzo Jr. leading all defensemen in points in the tournament with 9. The Quebec League's Defenseman of the Year, acquired in the January 4th trade from Victoriaville. This team would never have made it this far, I don't think, without his acquisition. He's been that integral a piece of the puzzle for this Oceanic team. And here he comes on the rush, where he's so gifted. Stopped up by Prost and company. When Dale Hunter made the change in the round-robin affair to put Brandon Prost on the ice, every time Sidney Crosby came out, it's been very difficult for this top line of the Oceanic, John.
No question about it. Brandon Prost, born to check against top players. He's mean to play against. He can skate, very good positionally, makes the right decisions at the right time.
And Daryl Sutter and the Calgary Flames are at home saying, we're enjoying every second of it.
Brandon Prost had a rib injury early in the season, missed a bunch of games. He still ended up with 10 goals and 30 points. Led the team in penalty minutes as well.
He also broke his jaw in a January 23rd game in Ottawa and missed 14 games. Josh Beaulieu battling Eric Nielsen. Nielsen with Francis Charette and Sebastian Aspiro. Charette trying to make a nifty move against Brian Rodney, who scored the second London goal back in the first period. Puck lays loose, kicked at Nielsen to Charette. Nice spin by Charette. Off the back of the net, Rodney roughed him up a little bit. Rimouski with some pressure on. Nielsen upended in front. Aspiro, limited ice time in this tournament for number 24. As has been the case with the gentleman who shoveled the puck to the open wing, Graham Bona. But he's in his first year. He'll have all kinds of opportunities. Bona for Charette. Bona played with Team Atlantic at this year's World Under-17 Challenge. As Fritchie jumps on a loose puck. And Jean-Michel Filiatro stops Danny Fritchie. And that hasn't been easy. He has 3 points to lead the London attack.
Danny Fritchie has really impressed me with his wheels and breaking up plays, and this is a good example. Misplay by the Rimouski defense. Fritchie jumps in, takes advantage of it, hunts down a loose puck. He's been very good.
Rob Schremp and Corey Perry extended his postseason scoring streak with an assist on the goal by Schremp to 22 games. the OHL's MVP in both the regular season and the playoffs, Corey Perry, and a gold medalist for Team Canada in Grand Forks. Perry knocked to the ice. It hasn't been an easy day for Corey Perry, who's received plenty of harsh treatment, but I'm sure he's feeling pretty good right now. Perry behind the net. Fritchie to the front of the cage. Perry uses that stick so well. Corey Perry in the ice. 5:04 away. Here's what they're playing for. One of the most coveted trophies in sports. The Memorial Cup. 5 minutes and 4 seconds away from that trophy being hoisted by the London Knights for the first time ever. Their play in this championship affair has been splendid. Shutting down Crosby and company with everything on the line. Brandon Prust even now diving for loose pucks. He's a true unsung hero, has just one assist, but he's meant so much to this team and their title run. Collides with Coulomb on the end boards. Crosby looking to dig it free. Crosby with a tournament leading 11 points. He has not disappointed. 5 of those points in a brilliant semifinal performance one night ago. Marc-Antoine Pouliot with 9 points. Ross cracks it down and flips it in. Bruchan, they can really feel it now in London. Boland has to go off his stick into the London bench.
Well, for Peter, for Brian Rodney, his last game of junior hockey, he started out his career with Ottawa, went to a Memorial Cup in Regina. They did not have success. Thought that he was going to be in the American League this year and ends up in London with a dynamite team. Look at the career of Brian Rodney.
Came over this year from the Kingston Frontenacs, 3rd amongst all OHL blue liners in scoring. Led all defensemen in scoring last season. What a way to cap off your junior career. And many Knights in the same boat. John Sebastian Cote off the stick, over top of the net. David Boland spinning. Last shutout in a Memorial Cup final. You have to go back to Peterborough. Shut out by the Granby Bison 4-0 on that Saturday afternoon in what was a foggy affair. Players had to keep skating on the ice to get rid of the fog. It was so hot in Peterborough. And the master of that shutout was a young man by the name of Frederick Deschamps, who shut out the Peterborough Petes in Peterborough on that day to give that Quebec team the title. It has been a long wait. The Knights captured their first ever OHL title with a 5-game victory over the Ottawa 67s. They went 16-2 during the postseason. Francis Charette trying to snap the goose egg. Brandon Prust, one of several players who hail from here in London. Prust was a walk-on, John, a few years ago. As the chant, "We want the cup," in full swing and full voice. Eric Tremblay fires it in. The London Knights won 59 times during the regular season. A CHL record 31-game unbeaten streak. Here's Crosby, backhander. Dennis kicked that away. Crosby in full flight. Francis Charette spins. His shot didn't miss by much. As it's cleared out of harm's way, Corey Perry has his stick broken by Francis Charette. Savinik Hurdell runs into Brian Rodney with a goal and an assist and some good defensive work. We're under 2 minutes. Rob Schwent with a third period goal out there with Fritchie, who has 3 points. They're on their feet in London, watching the home team cap off what might arguably be the greatest junior hockey season ever in major junior play. You would have to make an argument for it. Puck is offside. It's so loud in here, you can't hear it.
For Dale Hunter, Peter, I'll tell you what, playing that long in the NHL, went to the Stanley Cup Finals once against Detroit and was swept. A championship for him. He's got to be proud of his players. He treats them all like his own kids.
And John has to be proud of the fact that they play arguably their best game of the year against great competition when it mattered the most. You cannot play a much better championship game than the one we've witnessed here today.
Picture perfect, so well coached.
We're into the last minute. What a season for the London Knights. Perry and Prost out there. Coulomb shot it wide. Blown down as it went out of play.
Peter, what about Sidney Crosby? Last game of junior hockey? He's not going to be back.
No,
he's ready
no
for the
way.
next step.
There's no question. He proved that in this tournament. 11 points, leading all point getters. A gold medal for Canada at the World Junior Hockey Championship in Grand Forks. 2-time CHL Player of the Year. So fun to watch, so poised. They call him the next one. Brandon Prost trying to dance around Mario Scalzo Jr. Scalzo stripped by Perry with Prost. Perry, his shot, loose in front. London, you've waited 40 years for this. Your team is about to win its first Memorial Cup. Dejected Cedric Desjardins as we look into the party zone. They'll be partying for a long time. 40 years, John Druce, is a long time to wait.
This city is going crazy.
And what a team they have witnessed this season. 59-7-2, the record 31-game unbeaten streak to open the year, 16-2 in the playoffs, featuring great athletes. Corey Perry and Danny Savrett just now becoming the 15th and 16th players to win a World Junior Gold Medal for Canada and the Memorial Cup in the same year.
Well, what a year. They had something to prove. Savrett and Corey Perry. Corey Perry not making the Canadian junior team last year had something to prove. Danny Savrett coming into the season undrafted. Both guys making their mark in junior hockey.
As the customary handshakes underway. Adam Dennis felt the disappointment last year in Kelowna, going 0-3. The goaltender acquired at the deadline from Guelph posts a shutout in the championship game. The first goaltender to do that in the big game since 1996. He answers the bell. Cedric Desjardins was fantastic in a losing cause, a big reason why the Oceanic advanced to the championship game. But in the end, John Druce, too good, too much depth, and a team that played, as you referred to it, almost picture perfect in a championship fight.
You couldn't ask for more from the London Knights, from their defense, their goaltending. Dennis didn't even play in the last game on Thursday night against Ottawa 67. They put Gerald Coleman in. That's how much depth. Dale Hunter could have put Coleman in tonight's game, and I don't think that the outcome would have been any different. Dale Hunter's got to be proud of his team.
Two-time OHL Coach of the Year, Dale Hunter, one of the architects, one of the owners. There's the Vice President and General Manager, Mark Hunter. Gentlemen from this area in Ontario, and they've never been more proud, I'm sure.
5 years it took them.
Corey Perry, I'm sure, will be named the MVP of this MasterCard Memorial Cup. Ends his junior career on a 22-game scoring streak in the postseason. Had a point in every single postseason game that London played, an assist on the fourth goal today, scored by Robbie Schremp in the third period. Adding to his World Junior gold when he played on a line with that gentleman's son, Sidney Crosby, as Troy looks on. From dejection to elation. Yes, young men, you are number one. Sidney Crosby, you know, we talk so much about his poise and presence on the ice. How about off the ice? Look at this. Cedric Desjardins feeling absolutely unconsolable. Dale Hunter hugging all his guys. You talk about this gentleman, you roomed with him when you played with the Washington Capitals. Talk about treating this group of young men, which will, John, I think, go down in history as one of the greatest teams ever, with respect. Kind of like the dad. Time for the presentation. Let's send it down to our Darren Millard.
Ladies and gentlemen, the House of Green has a touch of gold with Craig Penny of MasterCard Canada to present the Stafford Smythe Memorial Trophy to the Memorial Cup MVP, the OHL regular season MVP, the playoff MVP, and now Memorial Cup MVP from the London Knights, Corey Perry.
Corey, on behalf of MasterCard Canada, thank you for a priceless tournament.
A lot of pressure coming into this. Number one ranked, wire to wire. You guys said you wanted Rimouski. You got your chance and you took care of business.
Yeah, you know, we have a hard-fought team on our side, and nobody ever quits. And when you're coming into this game, that it'd be a battle, and you know, we came out on top, and that's all that matters.
They had the phenom. You knew all about Sidney Crosby, the play of his line mates in that Fab Five, but your depth stepped up today.
Yeah, you we got a lot of guys in that team that have a lot of heart, and it shows throughout the playoffs and throughout the regular season that they come to play every night, and they're a big part of our team, and they never quit.
Turning point in this one, very early on. How's your jaw?
Oh, it's fine. Ready to go.
Were you surprised at how physical they were with you today?
Not really. It's been like that for the last couple of years, and they got a good shot in on me, and it stung for a minute, but it was just nice to get on top and never look back.
This House of Green, 44-2-2 this year.
This place is unbelievable. Look at the fans. Everybody's dressed in green, and I just can't thank them enough for a great career that everybody's had and a great run we had this year.
Couple of words before we let you go on Don Brankley.
He's just unbelievable trainer. He does everything for you. He's like your dad when you're away from home, and he's always at the rink. He lives here, and he takes care of the guys pretty well.
Take this trophy back to your teammates so Danny Servette can come and get the other one. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Memorial Cup.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Commissioners Ron Robinson of the Western Hockey League, Gilles Courteau of the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, and myself on behalf of the Ontario Hockey League and the Canadian Hockey League, we would like to firstly express our congratulations on the outstanding seasons of the Kelowna Rockets, Ottawa 67s, Rimouski Océanic, and of course the London Knights. This has been an absolutely outstanding week. And let me firstly start by expressing our sincere appreciation to Tournament Chairman Trevor Whiffen, Event Manager Paul Hardy, and the over 500 volunteers and the City of London. You as fans, to Mayor Anne-Marie DeSico, everybody in London, we can't express our gratitude for making all of us from across the country to a very special week here in London, Ontario. I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge the unbelievable turnout of OHL, London Knight alumni, and OHL alumni. From Wayne Gretzky to Paul Coffey, Brendan Shanahan, Reg Thomas, Dennis Weidman, Danny Bois, Brad Marsh, thank you very, very much. The record books will show it. All of you here know it. The London Knights are one of the greatest junior teams ever to play. The Memorial Cup was first presented in 1919 to honor those that gave the supreme sacrifice in the First Great World War. In 2005, the year of the veteran, I am absolutely humbled and privileged to present the 2005 MasterCard Memorial Cup to Danny Servette and the London Knights.
the commissioner stated, the London Knights put the finishing touches on one of the greatest junior hockey seasons of all time by winning the 2005 MasterCard Memorial Cup. They were #1 ranked from wire to wire, coast to coast, and did not disappoint with a perfect 4-0 record at this Memorial Cup, including 2 wins over the Quebec League champion Rimouski Océanic. That brings us to our play of the game, brought to you by Acklands Granger, Canada's leading distributor of industrial fleet and safety supplies. Acklands Granger, more of what's important to you.
Ryan Rodney gets his first goal of the Memorial Cup tournament, but Danny Fritchie deserves a lot of credit to set this up. Gets it back to Robbie Shrimp. Brian Rodney steps up in the play with his first goal of the tournament. Danny Fritchie with a goal and 2 assists had a tremendous game in this final as well.
And Brian Rodney celebrates a championship in his hometown. Corey Perry's from Peterborough, Ontario. 4 fabulous years as a member of the Knights. The OHL regular season, the OHL playoff MVP, and the MasterCard Memorial Cup MVP to go along with a World Junior gold medal. And joining our Darren Millard is another young man who also has a World Junior gold medal. Darren?
Guys, during the first intermission, Dan Servette told his buddy Corey Perry, if we win the cup, I'll get it first from David Branch. I'm finding you. You were mobbed there. Did you get a chance to give it to him?
Yeah, I had to give him a back lateral. He was behind me. He was calling for it, so I had to give it to him. We've been through a lot this year, and it's been a pleasure playing with him.
So much made about the offense in this tournament between not only Rimouski, but your team. Talk to me about the defensive effort of shutting out Sidney Crosby in the championship.
Well, if you shut out a guy like that, you're bound to move on professionally. Mark Mathod and Daniel Girardi played an amazing game tonight. It's tough to contain that player, Sidney Crosby. So much talent and so much skill and work ethic, but I'm glad we have those 2 defensemen on our side.
Nice to get a 5-on-3 very early in a hockey game, as important as this one.
Yeah, we knew we had to stay disciplined the entire game, not let our emotions get the best of us, and we did that and came out on top and got a few early goals that helped us out very much.
They're setting up for a team picture. You better get in there.
Thank you very much.
Dan Servette, the captain of the Memorial Cup champion London Knights, to go along with that gold medal.
Kind of nice to see Don Brankley left the Memorial Cup. He's seen all of it here in London as the trainer, including a season in the mid-90s when the Knights won 3 games, John, to this, when they end the year with a record, everything in total, of 79-9-2.
Don Brankley's seen so many professionals go on to have a great NHL career, but nothing more important than seeing a team come together and win a championship. That is more rewarding than anything. I'm sure he loves every guy that has come through his locker rooms, but to see him put that trophy above his head just brought a huge smile to my face.
Yeah, mine too. And, you know, if you've ever been involved in this great game and you've seen the work that people like Don Brankley do, the trainers, the equipment people, you know, a lot of times they wind up with very little notoriety, but the work that they do, and they help these young men not only become better players, but better people. And you know this far better than I do. A lot of times it's the trainers who you turn to when you have a problem away from the ice and, you know, things aren't going well. And they're so important to young people's development in this game. Well, it's been customary, the photo, and take a listen. The London Knights are the 2005 MasterCard Memorial Cup champions, courtesy of an impressive 4-0 victory over Sidney Crosby and the Rimouski Océanic in the championship final. By the way, Sidney Crosby was shut out only on 4 occasions all season while playing with Rimouski, today being number 5. Not easy to do.
One thing that sticks out in my mind is Dale Hunter talking about Corey Perry a few years ago when he first joined the team and told me that he would one day lead the Ontario Hockey League in scoring. Not only did he lead the Ontario Hockey League, he led the playoffs. He led his team and won a gold medal at the World Junior Championships and the Memorial Cup Championships and the MVP of this tournament.
John, I can verify because I was standing right beside you in a meeting when Dale delivered that message. A dream campaign for the Knights, a dream campaign for Corey Perry. The Anaheim Mighty Ducks first-round selection, 28th overall back in the year 2003. We'll never forget the 2004-2005 campaign. As the celebration, the players enjoying every second of it, all the other media members on the ice looking for interviews and comments after the very impressive triumph. And our Darren Millard is standing by with Don Brankley.
You guys were talking about him. You waited a long time for that.
Yeah, it's been a pretty long ride. What a destination we got here. It's really hard to describe how great this feels. And if it took 35 years to get here, I don't really care, because this has been the best week of my hockey life, and for these kids as well. So it's really worth the wait.
When they handed you the Memorial Cup, who did you think of? What players from the past?
I thought of all my guys, because every year we've had 35 teams that tried to win this, and we don't always have good teams, but sometimes we had great teams. But to be able to hold that, it's the first time I've even touched it. I've seen it thousands of times. These guys won it for everybody. The guys who couldn't be here to win it. That's just what this organization's all about, is the past and the present. So I'm really happy for everyone who's ever worn this sweater. They've all got pride in this.
You have a new picture for that training room wall. What was it like when you finally held it above your head?
Well, that was sweet. That was the longest afternoon that I could ever remember, waiting for that game to end. And it's a lot heavier than I thought it was going to be. I got to start working out if we go to the Cup next year. It was sweet. It's to hold it up high, hold the history that's behind that trophy is unbelievable.
3.5 decades, well worth the wait. Congratulations.
It really was. Thanks very much. It's been a great afternoon.
Guys, back to you.
Thanks so much. The sign says it all. A season to remember. One of the greatest ever in junior hockey history, as we send it to our Hockey Central panel. Guys.
Headlines in London. The hometown Knights have ensured their place in history. The CHL's best certainly lived up to the billing by capturing the MasterCard Memorial Cup in what many of the locals here, gentlemen, are now describing as the greatest day in London sports history. I'm joined by John Garrett and Nick Kyprios. Dale and Mark Hunter. John, constructed a remarkable team, and the search for the winning formula ends in a championship.
They built this team when they found out they were hosting the Memorial Cup. They geared it to this year, and they were the best team in the country. They were ranked #1 from October 1st until the Memorial Cup tournament started. They proved they were #1 throughout, and what a disciplined game they played. It was when you have to play for all the marbles in one game.
Yeah.
You want your team to come out in control, and they came out in control, and unfortunately for Rimouski, they weren't.
Well, John, they're a complete hockey team from the goal out. And the beauty about this hockey club all season long and continually throughout the Memorial Cup is that they never sacrifice defense for offense. And while Rimouski, of course, came in with that one-dimensional attitude of let's outgun our opponents, Dale Hunter made sure that the attention to defense was there, and it was in its truest form by shutting out a very high-scoring hockey club like Rimouski.
When you have as much talent as the London Knights had this season, John, obviously they were heavily favored coming into this as the host and the Ontario Hockey League champions. So it's our job in the media to search for flaw. And some were criticizing the format of the tournament, saying it's far too easy for the London Knights based on the schedule that they were able to play through this week. But the reality is they were the best team in this championship and proved it.
Well, you go 3-0,
yeah.
So you get the bye, and you're the host team, so you have everything in your favor, and the London Knights did that this season. But their depth, a night where Corey Perry had 1 assist, Danny Pritchke plays well, Robbie Schremp has his best game of the tournament. You go up and down their lineup, and Rimouski, if the big line doesn't score, what are your chances? And I think that's the thing with London, and they built this team for this year. They've got 14, 20-year-olds on this team. They traded away some draft picks because they were aiming at winning this season, and they did.
Have a look at that board. I mean, greatest team ever. That's a mouthful when you dive through the history books, Nick, but the reality is no team better in the 2005 Memorial Cup Championship, and I won't go as far as to say it was a mismatch in the final, but it was one team dominating, playing its game.
I was a little disappointed. Obviously, I would have liked to see a much more competitive team show up and give London a run for their money, but at the end of the day, I mean, don't even underestimate for a second the turnaround time for Rimouski to come back and play. And I know we touched on this a little bit. Does the format change? But 18 hours from game to game, opposed to an opponent like London that sat and waited for 2 days, that to me played a significant role as well going into this game.
Well, and don't underestimate, John, the fact that the planets aligned for these teams because of the National Hockey League lockout. I think it's safe to say that had the NHL been in session, Corey Perry likely wouldn't have been with the London Knights. And go down the list, you could probably add 1 or 2 other players on that.
Well, every team that was here,
yeah.
And I think that's the glory of what happened this week was we did all benefit from that, and this game was a disappointment just because London played its game to perfection and Rimouski didn't, and it's one of those situations where and David Branch talked to Darren Millard about that in between the second and third periods about changing the format, maybe playing a Monday night and giving both teams a day off in between. And I think that would be, you would get a better game in the final if you did that, Nick. You're right, 18 hours is just not enough time to recuperate.
Well, the celebration continues here in London, and I have a funny feeling it's going to continue into the wee hours, and rightfully so. It's certainly been a long time for the London Knights, 40 years, and they'll continue to celebrate in this championship win over the Rimouski Océanic in the final. But, Nick, Brad Richards in pregame talked about just how winning with the Rimouski Océanic in 2000 helped establish his career to the next level professionally, and obviously the evidence is there. He's continuing a terrific career. What will this do for some of these young men on the Knights roster?
Often on the ice, it changes your life winning a championship because it really gives you an appreciation on what it takes to be a champion. And those are lessons, John, and I know you've discussed this on and off the ice, the discipline for these kids to be in a November, December situation and make sure that you get your rest, you're in bed early. I mean, those are sacrifices that kids make to try to end up as a champion. For myself personally, winning a championship in the American Hockey League with the Hershey Bears really gave me an understanding on what it takes to be a champion at the next level in the National Hockey League. These kids today will take those lessons as well and apply them. Many of them maybe in an NHL career, but many of them as well off the ice.
Well, and this championship here in 2005, John, was almost like a professional event based on all of the media attention, the way that, London hosted it here outside the arena, all of the activities going on. I mean, the pressure was immense on these
the expectations, especially the two teams that played in the finals, the expectations of not only the players but everybody around the game. And the game itself didn't live up to the hype, but the players themselves the entire week, the way Rimouski played in the first game, and you just go up and down the list. And Kelowna, even though they went 0-3, 64 shots, and you still end up a loser. It was a great week of hockey.
Adam Dennis, the shutout for the London Knights. Again, celebration continuing for this championship team. They defeat the Rimouski Océanic in the championship final by a tune of 4-0. Rob Schremp getting the final goal for the London Knights, and he now joins Darren Millard.
Plenty of chances through the first couple of periods. You finally got one to go.
Yeah. I was shooting the puck. I couldn't get one to go. I just put it right on him. I was hitting him with a lot of shots, but a couple shots there, I created rebounds for my teammates, so it's not a bad play.
You've been through a long journey, a lot of ups and downs, and I think it's been a working process that obviously culminated today in the team part of the game.
Yeah.
Worth it, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I came here and I was kind of a, like you said, individual player, kind of trying to make room for myself. And now I came here, I've learned how to work with teammates and work with a system, and play defense is the most important thing.
You watch your teammates celebrate a World Junior Championship at Christmas. It's nice to be on their side, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. It's got to be an unbelievable feeling for Civi and Paris. I mean, 2 championships in 1 year is incredible. I was definitely proud of him. When I watched the championship game in North Dakota, I was pretty proud of him, pretty happy for him, and this has got to be awesome as well.
Frank said the trophy was heavier than he thought.
Yeah, it's huge. I couldn't believe how heavy it was, but it just went through so much this year. It's finally great to get that trophy in our hands.
Congratulations.
Thanks, bud.
There's Robbie Schremp of the London Knights celebrating the Memorial Cup championship.